Chris Spiker.
I'm Aaron Goldstein. We are here with our third guest, Katie Nelson from H.W. Hunter.
Hi, Katie.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Good.
It's a great day.
It's happy holidays and
Oh my
happy
gosh,
New
we're
Year's.
in it now.
We're in
We're
it.
in the thick of it now.
Yeah. And that's a great place to be.
It's my favorite place to be. The anticipation of it is a little anxious for me, but once you get there, you know that most of the shopping's done and the hustle and bustle, and now you can just kind of enjoy time with family and the office parties, and to me that's the fun part.
It's kind of like, I'm just thinking about it's like on the Ferris wheel when you just hit the very top and there's a magic moment. There's
Yeah.
like a view and there's like a wow, am I still going up or am I on top? It's just a different feeling. You don't
Right.
quite know, but it's really magical.
And then you just enjoy the ride.
And that's why we have you on the show today.
That's right.
Yeah, because you said,
That's
what are we
right.
going to talk about?
What are we going to talk about? We can talk about anything though, that's the thing.
Let's talk about the goose that lays the golden eggs. H.W. Hunter, and you've got, what, 5,000 trucks over there?
Maybe just under 4,000. No, we do have a lot. We have a lot. And if you believe it or not, the huge truck center is just about to capacity with trucks already. So that's kind of scary.
I know it looked like the lot was leaning a little bit. There were so many vehicles.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's kind of fun because, I mean, you know, obviously Tom and Tim Fuller started out in the Antelope Valley in 1944 with a small little dealership. I think they had 3 cars on the lot at one time at Redmond, Plymouth, right there
Yeah.
on Sierra Highway. So that was very cool. And then they grew from there. Obviously, got the Chrysler franchise, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat. Expanded into the Lancaster Auto Mall, which became very successful, and realized that this is kind of truck country up here, always kind of has been. So trucks have been kind of our number one
Wait a
seller.
It's California. What are we doing with trucks?
Right? Well, maybe the Antelope Valley doesn't represent all of California, but we definitely up here in the hills like our Jeeps and trucks for sure. So I realized we were kind of outgrowing the dealership there, especially the trucks, and decided to open a truck center. And they also decided to go pretty big with it. It
Yeah.
happens to be the largest Ram truck center in America, so wow.
They wash trucks, they wash RVs.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
And Aaron said they even have sports cars over, not in the truck place, but
Right.
in the Dodge dealership.
Right. Well, we've got some Hellcats.
Hellcats.
Right. We've got
Yeah.
the Hellcats. No demons on the lot right now, but
I got to photograph one there.
that's
though.
right. You did. That's right. That was awesome.
What do you charge for people to walk through the showroom?
It's just a small fee. Just a small fee unless you're on the guest list. But no, absolutely. Anybody can come in and,
Really?
and
Just
go
to look?
through just to look. And it's beautiful. I mean, yeah, you think you've been there. I don't know if you have or not, but you were there on the site actually when it was being built. I remember I have some really cool pictures that I need to share actually of as it was being built, and you were showing it from the ground up, and it's a pretty big undertaking, but it's
Yeah.
been awesome. It's
It's
been
an
very cool.
investment,
A huge investment,
Yeah.
yes.
but it is such a cool feature of the Antelope Valley.
We like it. We
Yeah.
like it.
How long have you been helping H.W. Hunter?
It's been about 5 years, somewhere around there, somewhere along there.
And where did they find you? Or where did you find them?
Where did we find each other?
Yeah.
Well, we worked together actually through radio, which is very cool. That's how I got to know those guys, and then they brought me on board to do their marketing for them, and they're really just great people to work for.
Are you still challenged?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You gotta have
Well,
a challenge, right? Otherwise, you're
Just
bored.
think about marketing in today's times anyway. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It used to be where, yeah, you know, you did a few billboards and you did some radio and maybe the yellow pages and some
Right.
newspaper.
Right.
The dynamic of advertising these days, especially, you know, obviously with internet and YouTube and social media, and I mean, it's constantly a challenge. And just when you think that, oh yeah, I've got it down, I understand it, you know, that whole dynamic changes and Google changes their algorithm, and now you've got to change your whole way of doing things.
That's
you know?
what keeps you so young.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That must be it, right? You got to be on your toes all the time.
Yeah. So what's the next promotion for H.W. Hunter? I mean, every day's a big day, but
Every day's a big day.
people give trucks for Valentine's Day.
You know what? They probably not nearly as much as they should.
They should.
They should.
I think
a
there's-
truck for Valentine's Day. That shows true love right there. But you know, not everybody's there yet.
That
Not
would
everybody's there
be,
yet. They're growing.
My
People are
love
growing.
language would be a Dodge pickup truck.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, you know, right now we've got the end of the year which is always a big time. I mean, I know there's a perception out there, oh, you gotta wait till the end, but there is some truth to it. I mean, we do have to move the old inventory, and we have to make room for the new inventory, and as you saw on the lot, we definitely need to make room for some inventory. So with that, people are, we're willing to make some deals to make that happen. So there is some truth definitely to waiting to the end of the year to buy some vehicles. I mean, we have monthly specials obviously, and waiting to the end of the month can be good, but that end of the year push is pretty big.
So people go online, they see the car they want or the truck. How does HW Hunter help in that process? Because you'd like to.
Well, it's like the shopper is so savvy these days because they have so much information at their fingertips. They're saying on average somebody spends probably about 17 hours online looking at the vehicle that they want. I
Wow.
mean, sometimes they come in more knowledgeable than our own staff because they have looked at this truck for so long. They know exactly the pricing. They've compared pricing already. They know the trim, the make, they know everything about the vehicle that they're purchasing. So it's a very informed shopper these days, for sure.
And you take care of them.
And we do, absolutely, yeah. And we make sure that, you know, we know the prices out there too, and we're very competitive. And because we do sell so many trucks, we are able to make some pretty good deals.
Okay, let's switch gears.
Okay,
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce.
How did you get involved with the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, just like everything else, when you're marketing mix, you want to have networking in there. You want to be able to be involved in the community. That's very important. And I know that Tom and Tim Fuller are huge advocates of being involved in the community. They support a lot of different things. And then, so I did become involved in the chamber board, and you and I had sat on that together, as well as in the marketing committee. And it's just a great way to help business to business. You know, I mean, I think it's one of the most important. When we talk about social media and we talk about the online aspect of it, but I don't know that it's as important as that face-to-face. You know, I mean, I don't think computers have completely replaced humans yet.
I'd like to believe that.
You might like
Yeah.
to believe that too. And maybe I'm just being nostalgic and trying to be optimistic, but I truly believe that there is a valuable element in that face-to-face, person-to-person networking and marketing.
Yeah, well, Hollywood's a different world, and I mean,
Right.
it's great to learn from them, but I don't know if that's all real down there, you know.
Yeah, I would say most of it's probably not. I mean, I'm just guessing.
And the Chamber of Commerce and Marketing, you got me
Mhm.
involved in this radio show.
Yes, I remember sitting in the boardroom when I nominated you. And you've done a fantastic job, and you know what, I don't know that you get the credit enough, Chris, for what you do in this community. You obviously do so many amazing things. I just saw recently what did you put, a flower in every room in the convalescent home or
Yeah.
something? Oh my God, that was just the most
633.
amazing thing. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And you just pay it forward so much, and I'm so glad you took on this radio show because I don't know that anybody could have done better.
Well, and it does take a team, because I didn't realize what a board operator does.
A board operator is amazing. They're the
Yeah.
backbone, and they same thing. They
Yeah.
don't get the credit that they deserve.
Yeah, and they just push a couple buttons and it works. Whereas
Right.
I've seen a couple that pushed a couple buttons and it didn't work, so they gotta know what they're doing.
Depends on what button you're pushing. I think.
Bryce, yeah. Bryce has it handled, and Aaron on the video, because we're doing radio, and you bring somebody in here,
Mhm.
and they do a radio interview, and then it's gone. Plays one time.
That's true.
So why don't we videotape it? That was Jimmy Greenleaf's idea. And he says,
Very
hey, you
good.
need bumper music. So we got a band over in Bakersfield,
Mhm.
Lions
Very
Name
insightful.
Wheel. Yeah, you gotta have some music, because it was just quiet, talk, quiet.
Right, right. So yeah, the sounds great. The show sounds great. You have made it fantastic.
You give chamber members something of value. And at the flower shop, we're trying to get the phone number for the synagogue, and Christine types in synagogue, and up pops our video.
Oh
When Brian
really?
Alexander was on the show,
Oh, that's amazing. Now, so you have the video where on YouTube?
on YouTube, and
On
on
the chamber
On the
website.
chamber website.
So people, it's a valuable resource.
Yeah.
And people can go on there as much as they want to see it. I think that's so good. And that's the one thing that technology has really expanded on what we can do. So yes, radio is great. It's great to get on the air and that kind of thing, but to be able to keep it, hold it, and people can, listen to it at their leisure on the internet. It's really good.
A lot of chamber members are nervous about being on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of that promotion thing. You know, you
Right.
gotta do this, you gotta do that. It'd be well if you could do this, you might do that. You're missing a bet if you don't have a couple of videos, because in search, your video will pop up.
That's true. That's true. But how can they be nervous? They're here with you guys.
I
You
know.
guys are great, right?
Well, how could they be afraid of radio?
How could they be?
Yeah.
Right.
It's part of the deal, and we're lucky to have a local station that supports us.
High Desert Broadcasting has been amazing, and they've been supporting the radio show for years now. I don't know how many years they've
10
been
or
doing
11.
it. Yeah, it's been a long time. And it's very, very cool to have that local radio station, because you know what? There's a lot of areas that are not going to have that opportunity. I would say the majority of areas do not have the opportunity that a local radio station is going to be able to support the local businesses like that. It's fantastic.
We're lucky.
I know, I agree.
And you know, is it okay to talk about the sign company on the radio?
The sign company.
Lamar?
I would think so. Maybe. No, maybe not. I don't
okay.
know. They're good. They support the community as well. It's good to have them, of course.
It's teamwork.
It really is, because you have to have a lot of different facets of every aspect of your business.
Right.
And so to have those opportunities and to have those options, I guess, out there is very important.
I know in the flower business, I like having lots of flower shops.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's like three bears, you know, there's all kinds of different ways of doing something. So different flower shops, I don't have to do all the work myself.
Right.
Nice to have healthy
You're talking about
competition.
your competitors.
Com-
It's okay to have competitors.
It's okay.
Is that what you're saying? Is
Yeah,
that it's okay to have competitors? Okay.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time. It's healthy.
Yeah,
It makes for healthy business.
yeah. So we have a lot of fun. Chamber's
Mhm.
doing good?
Chamber's doing fantastic. The membership is strong. They're actually currently coming up with new ways to, and we probably discussed this before, you and I, but to help businesses grow, both online, being that resource for legislative, and really getting out there in the community and making sure that the local Lancaster Chamber is the go-to resource for the businesses, local businesses.
Lancaster, California.
In Lancaster, California. It's a great place to be.
Katie Nelson, H.W. Hunter, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.